Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Health is Wealth Community Talk Show. I'm your host, Alisa Freeman. Today, we're bringing you essential information on creating safe and supportive environment for children.
Hi, and I'm Christy Harriman. Today, we are going to dive into crucial topics that impact the health, safety, and well-being of our children and families.
Today, we have experts from our community Bright Gem Preschool joining us. Tamara Grant Dennis, the First Aid Officer, Destiny John, the Health and Safety Officer, and Irma Cook, the Child Development Specialist.
Now, let's kick things off by diving into the basics. Miss Dennis, first aid is something we all hear about, but it's so important to really understand.
Thank you, Alicia and Christy, for having me. First aid is an immediate life-saving assistance provided to people who are injured or feeling unwell. This important support focuses on keeping the person's condition stable, stopping any further harm, and saving their life until trained medical help arrives. First aid covers things like CPR or wounds, clearing blocked airways with techniques like the helmet maneuver. Each of these skills is used to keep basic body function going and prevent serious issues. People trained in first aid can save lives, helping in emergency until medical care arrives.
Here's how to treat a first degree burn. First, you cool the burn. Immediately immerse the burn under a cool tap of running water or apply a cool compressor. 2. Apply petroleum jelly about 2 to 3 times daily. Do not apply ointments, toothpaste, or butter to the burn as these may cause an infection. And 3. Cover the burn with non-stick sterile bandage. If it blisters, don't pop it. Let it heal on its own. Consider taking over-the-counter medication for pain and protect the burn from the sun. Do you have a small bleeding cut? Apply pressure on the cut. Then you rinse the cut with soap and water. Wipe the cut with a clean cloth. Apply antibiotic ointment and cover with bandage to protect the area.
So the first thing you will do is allow the child to cough, to dislodge whatever object, right? If the child cannot really take immediate action, call the ambulance or make someone call ambulance for you. You're going to wrap your arms around the child's waist. Your thumb side, you're going to make a fist. Using an inward and upward motion until the object is dislodged. So this would be for an older child who can stand and like walk. For an infant, right? Smaller children, you are going to support the child, chin and neck, allowing gravity to help you. You are going to hold the child down. You then provide back slaps or back slaps between the child's shoulder blade, right? You are doing it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to support the baby, right? And turn over the baby to the next side. Then you are going to do 5 chest compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you will continue to do this until the object comes out.
Here's how to correctly wear a mask, dispose the mask, and proper hand washing. So first, you sanitize your hands, or you can wash your hands with soap and water. The next step, you will hold the mask with the band or ties when putting on. So you make sure you cover your nose and your mouth. It must be completely covered. There must be no space. And how to remove it? Removing the mask, hold it by the bands and the ties to avoid the front. and quickly dispose the mask. Proper hand washing. So wet your hands, preferably with running water. Apply enough soap to cover all surfaces of your hands and wrist. Lather and rub your hands thoroughly and briskly. Make sure that you scrub all surfaces of your hands, fingernails, fingertips, and wrist. Scrub for about 20 seconds. After you do that, you rinse your hands and wrist with clean running water. So you wash till all soap is off. And then you take paper towel or you take clean towel and dry your hands. With the same towel, you will take off.
Great explanations and demonstrations, reminding us to stay on track. It's segment 2. In this segment, we are focusing on safe and healthy physical environments. Joining us is our Health and Safety Manager, Destiny John. Let's jump right into it. Destiny, let's start with public health issues impacting parental mothers and children. Zika virus and toxoplasmosis, a big concern.
Yes, Alicia, we are. And thank you for having us. Toxoplasmosis, caused by a parasite infection called Toxoplasma gondii, can be contracted through contaminated food, soil, or contact with infected cat feces, which causes seizures, neurological impairments, hearing loss, and blindness. Zika virus, transmitted primarily by Aedes mosquitoes, can cause severe birth defects, particularly microcephaly, where a baby's head and brain are smaller than normal, both leading to developmental delays, cognitive, visual, and auditory impairments. If these infectious diseases are contracted during pregnancy, it can result in miscarriage, stillbirth, or birth defects. Both infections highlight the importance of preventive measures during pregnancy, hence why prenatal care is important. Attending prenatal clinics is crucial for pregnant mothers and developing babies to ensure the well-being of both their health. Regular checkups help detect complications early, not just for toxoplasmosis and Zika, but others like gestational diabetes or preeclampsia, providing essential screening and support healthy pregnancies up to childbirth for mothers and babies, along with fostering information and answering questions.
Great advice. Now, sanitation impacts water and air qualities, affecting everyone's health. Does poor sanitation cause such widespread harm?
Indeed, poor sanitation affects our water and air quality, where it is a critical public health issue that contributes to a wide range of health problems globally. For instance, waterborne diseases such as pathogens, including bacteria, virus, and protozoa, can contaminate drinking water, which may lead to illnesses such as cholera, typhoid fever, and hepatitis A. Not only that, but the increase of child mortality can be caused by drinking unsafe water and practicing inadequate sanitation, which contributes to preventable child deaths from diarrheal diseases, with the World Health Organization linking it to 395,000 deaths annually among children under 5, as well as chronic health issues with long-term exposure to contaminants in drinking water, which can lead to cancer, liver damage, and kidney disease. Poor sanitation does not only affect water, but also air quality and its implications for health. Therefore, poor air quality can have both immediate and lasting health impacts, such as respiratory issues, meaning the exposure to air pollutants can result in respiratory illnesses such as asthma, chronic bronchitis, and various conditions. This may lead to worse health issues such as cardiovascular problems like heart attacks, strokes, or even high blood pressure. Neurological effects such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, or even cancer risk, for instance, lung cancer or any form of cancer.
Wow, that's alarming. Speaking of air qualities, let's discuss smoking and vaping. Their impact goes beyond users to harming children and communities.
Yes, smoking and vaping not only harm those who partake, but also have extensive health and economic consequences for the broader community. Both smoking and vaping contribute to indoor air pollution and directly harm individuals through exposure to harmful chemicals, carcinogens, and toxins. For adults, smoking and vaping have significant impacts on adult respiratory health, where it damages the lungs, leading to chronic conditions such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, emphysema, and lung cancer. Vaping, while often perceived as safer, still exposes the lungs to harmful chemicals that can cause irritation and long-term respiratory damage. And for children, both smoking and vaping also pose risk through secondhand exposure, which can affect non-smokers, especially children. When children are exposed to secondhand smoking and vaping, which contains harmful chemicals, they are faced with the increased risk of respiratory problems, including asthma, bronchitis, and frequent colds. Infants and young children are especially vulnerable, as exposure can lead to developmental delays, lower lung function, and a higher risk of sudden infant death syndrome. Additionally, children in homes where smoking or vaping occurs may be likely to adopt these harmful behaviors themselves later in life.
The economic toll is another concern. Sick workers and children may lose productivity and education.
These environmental hazards significantly reduce workforce productivity and increase healthcare costs. Poor sanitation, water, and air quality have widespread economic impacts, reducing productivity and increasing costs across various sectors. Declining water quality affects health, labor productivity, and agriculture, leading to absenteeism and reduced crop yields. In schools, poor sanitation disrupts education by causing frequent illnesses, while in workplaces, it increases absenteeism and healthcare costs. Furthermore, exposure to pollutants and secondhand smoke hinders children's cognitive development, impacting academic performance and the future economic potential. Addressing these challenges is essential for improving health, supporting education, and fostering economic stability.
Finally, let's zoom in on preschool. How can we ensure these environments are safe for our children?
Creating a safe preschool environment involves a number of things. However, here are 3 ways in which we can do this. Firstly, conduct safety audits and risk assessments in preschools to identify and fix potential hazards. Audits should include checking indoor and outdoor areas, emergency exits, classroom setups, and playgrounds. Regular checks help spot risks like loose floors or old equipment, ensuring a safe environment for children. Secondly, create a safe and child-friendly space for learning and playing. Use sturdy, low furniture and open shelves to avoid accidents. Set up play areas like reading and play zones to keep things organized. Check indoor and outdoor spaces daily for hazards like broken toys or sharp objects. Supervise children closely to quickly spot and fix any risk. Thirdly, develop and enforce clear safety policies to keep everyone safe, includes rules for emergency, health, cleanliness, and security trained staff in first aid and safety for quick responses. Keep parents informed about safety updates. Review policies regularly to handle new risks and ensure everyone stays safe.
To bring this topic to life, let's look at a recent case study that highlights the importance of social safety in a child well-being. A 50-month-old infant was brought to a clinic for a scheduled well child checkup. The mother mentioned that the infant has not been using his right arm as much for the past couple of days. Ever since he reportedly fell off his tricycle. He is also behind on immunizations and hasn't been to a clinic appointment in 5 months. Upon examination, the infant cried when his right arm was touched. The doctor noted bruises on the buttocks, swelling near the wrist, and marked tenderness in the forearm. Irma, can you share some of the examples that has been experienced in this case?
This example indicates physical abuse and neglect. Infants rarely experience buttocks and arm bruises and pain. Pain-limited arm usage and sensitivity to touch may suggest non-accidental damage. As well, the mother's delay in seeking medical assistance despite the child's distress in neglect. The child hasn't been vaccinated or checked in 5 months.
Can you list 2 more ways each category of child abuse can occur? We must recognize these indications to protect and care for children. Can you describe 3 long-term and short-term repercussions of each form of abuse in this case as well?
In physical abuse, we must look out for warning and alert signs. Burns. They may intentionally burn, which leaves like handprints or immersion lines, usually in the areas that would not normally be exposed to accidents, such as the soles of the feet or the buttocks. Biting. Some abusers might bite children as punishment, which leaves marks on and causes pain or broken skin. In neglect, we have 2 major ways, which is lack of supervision and poor nutrition and hygiene. So for physical abuse, we have short-term effects. That would include physical injuries such as bruises, broken bones, or burns, pain and discomfort due to untreated injuries, sleep disturbances. The long-term effects would be brain damage, lack of trust, and they become abusers. For neglect, we have the short-term effects, which is the developmental delay, emotional challenges, and frequent illnesses. Long-term effects would be difficulty with relationships in life, including with their own children, post-traumatic stress, and memory impairment.
Wow, how informative. Looking at this, what are some contributing factors to neglect and physical abuse?
Cycle of abuse. Children may be abused by parents, which becomes a cycle. When they grow up, they also become abusers. This could arise from such factors as learned behaviors, trauma, which has not been satisfactorily dealt with, lack of parenting knowledge or skills. Ignorant parents may not recognize the importance of regular checkups, immunization, and other health monitoring routines. Caregiver stress and mental health issues. High levels of stress, anxiety, or untreated mental health disorders in caregivers should increase the likelihood of physical abuse. Some common stressors like financial problems, relationship difficulties, and social isolation cause frustration and loss of impulse control.
This topic is so interesting, and I'm really enjoying these insights. So, Irma, with your extensive experience in the field, can you suggest ways caregivers can prevent exposing children to abuse?
Parenting education and discipline strategies. Caregivers need to be sensitive and responsive so physical abuse can be reduced. Parents who have been exposed to programs that showed them various non-physical punishment strategies such as communication, skills, and anger management are more likely to be positive caregivers or parents. The access to stress management and support network, counseling services, support groups, or community programs may help alleviate the stress experienced by caregivers, lowering the risk of them being abusive. Network support can offer emotional comfort, practical solutions, and coping mechanisms for the problematic circumstances. Parenting education and skill building. Teaching caregivers about child health, development, and safety would assist them in making appropriate choices. Workshops, home contacts, and support groups can provide some practical help and techniques of meeting the children's needs.
Irma, can you refer to a theoretical perspective in addressing the importance of culture in ensuring a safer social environment for children?
Cultural norms influence child rearing and caregiving. Bronfenbrenner's biological system theory shows the family, community, and society influence child development. Culture shapes how families connect with children. Extended families can assist and defend against maltreatment in various cultures. Physical discipline or not, social learning theory tells us how to raise children. Abuse may be higher in societies that practice corporal punishment. This risk can be reduced by changing cultural norms. Community engagement, caregiver education, and public awareness initiatives are needed for long-term change. These activities can promote nonviolent parenting, change child discipline attitudes, and equip caregivers to build caring surroundings. Communities that accept these ideas can provide safer, more supportive environments for children to grow up without abuse.
Wow, very informative. But that's it for today's episode of Health is Wealth Community Talk Show. Thank you all for sharing. And you, our listeners, thanks for joining. We hope these discussions helped you to keep your family safe, healthy, and happy. And remember, creating a safe environment is a community effort, and we all are a part of it.